This episode of the Submerged podcast is brought to you by Monsoon Aquatics.
Welcome back, everyone, for another episode of the Submerged podcast, Deep Dives and Aussie Vibes. I've got the full crew with me tonight. I've got Sam, and Mariah with me. How are we all?
Good, and yourself?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad. I've been recovering from a small little operation I had the other week, but I was iffy if I was going to get this episode in tonight, but well enough to be doing the episode. So happy for that.
Great stuff. News.
Very happy.
Yeah, and we've got Mariah here, fresh off her little only reefs frag. What did you call this thing again?
Surprise! This was a frag swap, but in my mind, the whole time it was a shop announcement because I wanted to surprise everyone. So in my mind, it was a surprise party to show everyone I've got a shop, but professionally, frag swap. Until everyone got here and they realised what I was up to. But yeah, frag swap.
Frag swap. Very good. Well, before we get into trivia, I'll just say the reason behind the episode tonight. I was actually thinking about what we were going to do this episode. We had something lined up. It didn't really kind of fit the schedule properly. We'll run that one a little bit later in the year. But just hearing about the success of your little frag swap event down there in Adelaide, I thought, what better way to talk about just the social scene of the hobby?
Yeah.
And, on all different levels, I guess, as well, not just the sales side of it, the big events, all that, like the little side of it as well. Just, even like this, just chatting amongst friends.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the episode today. It's all about the social side of the hobby. But first we'll get into the trivia, I think. And Sam, yes. I think you've got another one for us.
All right, cool. Well, the first one we'll go with for the trivia. So one question tonight. So at what time of year does the coral spawn in the Great Barrier Reef? That's your question today.
Ooh.
And
November.
I'm giving little... Oh, okay. I was going to say hold your guesses, but I was going to give bonuses.
I didn't even hear Mariah's guess.
What was your
guess,
just
Mariah?
cut out a little bit. I said November, but then he's going to give bonus something, so I'm waiting.
I was just going to say I was going to give bonus points if you can give me more information than just like a month. But maybe start with a month and then we'll see what we can unpack.
All right.
All right. You guys go. I said November, I think.
I'll go September then.
Well, I'll go October, I guess.
And what more information do you want? Do you want species? Do you want... Because when's the Barrier Reef spawning event? Well, it's November.
It's a lunar thing. It's a temperature thing. It's a tidal thing. There's a bunch of things there.
Well, the tidal thing is to do with the lunar thing, so that all coincides. Yep.
Exactly. So there's actually 3 months where corals spawn.
We could all be right.
So inshore reefs.
June, July, August.
Inshore reefs spawn first, and that is in October, which I think was Jared.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And then the following 2 months are when like the mid and the outer reefs spawn as well. So yeah.
So Jared's the only one that gets the points.
Yeah. But you are right. So all the temperature controls things and full moons and things like that. Does anyone want to take a guess how many days after the full moon it usually happens? And it's a range because not all the corals spawn at once. They kind of all do them separately.
Yep.
14 days?
14 days after a full moon? What do we reckon, Sam and Mariah?
Could be wrong.
8 to 11 or 3 to 7.
All right, I guess I'll go 3 weeks then, just to seeing the other end of the scale is completely gone.
Okay, so after the full moon in each of those 3 months, it happens spawning 2 to 6 days after that full moon.
Very nice.
3 to 7.
So I guess Mariah, 3 to 7. We'll probably go Mariah for a half point on that one.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
good.
did
Sounds
kind
fair.
of I stole the whole range there though.
Yeah.
Oh,
from-
you still got in with it?
Yeah, from the 1st of the month to maybe the 31st at some point.
Around that.
Good stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, congrats. Couple of points there. I got one, and what, Mariah get half a point there?
Yeah, half a
Yeah.
point, and I get none as
0.5.
usual.
Oh,
stop.
yep.
You gotta go
Tell you what.
faster.
We'll need to hit Matt up again for a tally soon. So
Yes.
yes, stay
Yeah.
tuned for that.
Not that
Sure,
he's
he's
given us
He's
any.
no,
Sure,
he's
you'll
too
keep well on
busy
top of
getting
it.
creative on AI with these OxyShred posts he keeps
He
throwing
is.
out
He's
of
all
nowhere.
over it, isn't he?
He loves it.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with that.
Maybe we'll have him on the last episode of the year, and we'll have to pry it out of him somehow. That
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
yeah, all right.
We could just AI him in.
like all my thumbnails that I've been making.
The
Oh, I love the
best.
thumbnails. They're my favorite.
I love this one. This one's epic.
Yeah, they're a bit of fun.
Oh.
All right. Another thing quickly before we get into the episode, we touched on in the last episode that we have another sponsor for the next 2 episodes at least, and
Ooh.
the sponsor is actually with us tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was wondering who it was.
Mariah, Only Reefs have a couple of
Woo! Only
giveaways.
Reefs. Yes, and guys, views were hitting the comments. Oh my God, that was the biggest reaction we've had to any giveaway ever. So thank you. Yeah, we got 2 winners to announce. I'm very excited to gift out the gift vouchers. We did 1 giveaway on Facebook, 1 giveaway on Instagram. And then next episode we'll be doing another one, I believe so, right, Jared?
Another 2 again, Facebook and Insta
Okay.
again. Yep.
Jeez.
But
If
we'll
that's
wait
all
till
right.
the end of the. Oh yeah, please keep going. If everyone keeps liking and commenting like this, keep going. But we'll wait till the end of the episode to announce the winners.
Yes.
Yep.
Keep them on the
So you got to
line.
listen to our voices a little bit longer. I'm sorry.
But
Yeah.
tell us, Mariah, what do these people that will announce at the end of the episode, what will they win?
They're winning. Sorry, I forgot that important information. I'm giving away 2 $100 gift vouchers. So 1 to the
Ooh.
Facebook winner,
Yep.
1 to the Instagram winner. Just with a simple question. This question was, what was my most recent announcement? Which I'm sure we all figured out.
We have.
And I'll have to do some pondering on the next question. Yeah. And then so the next fortnight we'll be giving another 2 $100 vouchers away. Super exciting.
Very
I love seeing
nice.
what you guys purchase. I'm excited what I'm going to send out.
And Mariah, tell us, the people that win these vouchers, where can they exchange them? Where do they go? Is it a website? Is it a store? What do they do?
You
So
got to catch a
professional.
bus and you got to come down to. I know, I love how you just slides this in there. He's like a wingman, but for coral sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you've seen Sam Parker's video of the event
Yeah,
and the
if you
coral
just
tour,
Exactly.
you can
what's
see
that
what
thing
you can
called?
purchase.
YouTube. When you just go onto YouTube and you look up,
Can.
that famous guy whose voice we just heard, Parker's Reef. Yeah, so you got to catch a bus and you come down to this empty shop that has a 3-foot tank in it. No, I'm joking. Onlyreefs.com.au, you guys. Also,
Nice.
where you can pick up some awesome Submerged Podcast merch, which I have here down in Adelaide with me now. So when you buy that, it's coming out from Adelaide and I can send it through with the coral orders too. Makes it super easy.
Very nice.
Awesome. And I guess we'll give you the platform for a little bit to also chat a little bit about what your announcement was, because
Yeah.
I know it kind of hit social media pretty hard, but there's probably a
I
few people
know.
who might be in the dark who listen to the podcast but aren't on Facebook, Insta, or anything like that. So
true.
For sure.
talk about it.
So, surprise, guys. I'm so excited. I still am in shock by all this, even though I've been keeping it in the dark and organizing this behind the scenes for a few months now, just a little while. I'm super excited. So, essentially, after I launched my website back in January, which had so much support behind it, I've decided to open up a bricks and mortar store down here in Adelaide. The shop's going to be open up in Welland, not too far from my house. And I'm very excited because this is something that Adelaide's missing. Adelaide has a few great aquarium shops, nothing just dedicated to saltwater though. All right, so most of our shops are kind of a tropical focus with a saltwater section, and yet we've got an amazing community of people and so many, followers and everything that just have reef tanks. So I'm so excited to bring this to Adelaide, and I think we can tell how excited everyone was because, so basically going back to the event, I had told a very select few people about my shop plans, all right? Wanted to keep it a surprise. And I was thinking about ways to announce it. And at a similar time, I'd organised to have a frag swap, which was a social event again, because everyone talks daily on this Facebook page, right? But no one knows who anyone is.
Yeah.
So I was like organising this, and then the shop all fell into place. And I was like, all right, perfect. My one goal was to have signage up and a tank in the shop. Not even the tank, actually. I was going to get ponds. I just wanted signage. I wanted everyone to walk in and see the signs and be like, oh my God, not only do we have a frag swap, we have a new shop coming. But everyone blew that out the park. And like my mum was here and Adrian and my dad early decorating. We hired boards and tables and we had balloons and we actually blocked off my whole car park because we had like 90 people coming.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It was
Crazy.
crazy. It was such a good day though. Everyone got to meet each other. The frag swap was a success. Also did $10 mystery frags. But it was really cool to see, like I was very tired up for the majority of the day doing the raffle and the swap. But it was so good to see everyone, meeting each other and talking about their tanks. We had Chris here from East Coast Corals.
Did.
And now people are asking me questions way out of my league about trace elements. I've got some studying to do. And of course, we had the beautiful Parkers down too, Sam, Anna, and Ruby, who, were such an amazing help on the day. Actually, truly, Sam, I don't know what I would have been able to do without you and your bag tying.
I was just there drinking beer. That's all I was doing.
One bag
Unfortunately,
tied.
missing other Sam.
One beer.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, there was a really good clip of him there handing out the coral with the beer in
Yep.
his hand.
Just making sure I'm
Loved it.
staying on top of it.
I was unfortunately missing the rest of my podcast crew though, Sam and Jared,
Yeah.
but there will be another event coming. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, October. I've been told that majority of my tanks went into a container today from overseas
Ooh.
where they're being custom made.
Nice.
So once the tanks are in, and I feel like I'm going to, everything might not be 100% ready, but as long as we're almost there, I don't know if you'll ever be 100% ready, really.
Never.
This is a huge journey, but come along for the ride because it's been one.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Oh, it's been great. But no, there is the social aspect of it, and that event is definitely something I'll be doing more of. I think everyone should. I think I'm actually planning. People are already asking when the next frag swap is. So I think I'm going to do just have a little one in September again for Adelaide. Not as big as last time with all the balloons and everything, but all you need is good company for that kind of thing, which I think we all have. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good point.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely part of the reason behind the episode today, because I think we want to talk about that just getting together type thing. We talk
Yeah.
about fish and coral and aquariums and reefs and all that kind of stuff all the time, but takes people to kind of get these things actually working and knowledge and sharing that as well. So the social aspect is a big part of it, and I don't think we put enough time into it sometimes as well, especially when you look at other countries like the American scene. That it's almost like they've got something happening near every week or every second week, and
Mhm.
similar can be said maybe for the European freshwater scene and things like that. And here in Australia, we just kind of get together when we can, and that might
It's
be years apart
interesting, isn't it?
sometimes. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
and potentially this episode might encourage people who have thought about. It might not even be to the scale of a frag swap or a reef stock or something like that. It might just be getting 10 locals around for a barbecue type thing.
Mm.
And what do you guys reckon of that, Coral? And should I do this or do that? And you do a little bit more of that. You get the social aspect. You get a little bit more. I don't know. There's a little bit more to be had from the hobby than just placement of corals
100%.
and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Such a good point.
I think the first bit that we'll touch on is probably the social media side. It's probably the first steps into being social within the hobby, and it's probably the easiest way to kind of be social within the hobby. And
Yeah.
when I talk about social media, it could be anything from posting on some of these Facebook pages, sharing your tank's journey on Instagram, or even like what you do, Sam, and share lots of different avenues of the hobby on YouTube and things like that. And then you've got us
sure.
as well. We're sharing our experiences socially as well. So I don't know. Let's talk a little bit about the social media side of it.
Yeah, it'd be hard to talk about the social aspect of reefing without talking about social media at all. As you say, it's such a huge component, and it's definitely the point where I think the majority of reefers go. Although I'm always amazed by people I find that have incredible reef tanks that aren't like sharing it everywhere on social media. And I'm like, man, this tank could blow up if you put pictures on the net.
Yeah.
But a good percentage definitely are, and it's a good spot at least to I was going to say to find people in your local area, but probably one of the best things I ever used social media for with reefing in a social aspect was to find people interstate that I could meet up with and use as an excuse. I could be like, I'm looking to fly to Sydney. There's cheap flights. I'm Jetstar at the moment. I'm going to fly up in the morning, going to fly home at night. Want to do a shop crawl. Does any other Victorians want to come with me? And is there any Sydney siders that could potentially drive us around if we pay fuel money or something? And you get to meet other reefers, share a bit of a shop crawl together, have a good time. And I've done that a few times in a couple different states, and it's always a good time. And you make good reefing buddies for a long time from that. So I'd like to see that happen more often. I think it's great.
Yeah, for
the flats.
I think it's great as well because when you, especially interstate, you can talk to them and get the ideas about which stores are best for this, or I'd love to see a bit of this, and I've got great ideas, let's go here. And then you use the local knowledge to kind of guide your little crawl, I guess.
Yeah. And even if it's not a crawl, even if it's
just one shop,
even if it's like, come over to my house, come have a look at my tank, have a look at it, tell me what you think I'm doing right, wrong. I'll put on a barbecue and or maybe you're going to put escape in or something, but get to meet some people as Mariah said, outside of the internet. We're very, very isolated these days in just knowing people from their profile picture and not knowing anything beyond that. It makes it tough.
Yeah. And we do have some big groups as well in the social media side, especially on Facebook. Like Marine Aquarium Fanatics Australia is massive. I can't even tell you how many thousands of people we've got in that group now, but it's huge and people are from all over, and that's the beauty of it, I think.
And further to that, like there's nothing stopping us joining American sites and European sites. Like I'm on a few of those, and just seeing how they talk about certain things and some of their problems versus some of our problems kind of just opens your eyes up a little bit as well. And, sometimes you get a little bit of a glimpse into what's coming next for the hobby as well, because it comes to them first before it hits us as well. So
do you reckon $20 cleaner shrimp will ever make it to us?
No. So
I saw that yesterday in the US and I was like, wow, that's amazing.
I've got bubble algae. Can I have some emeralds? Not anymore.
It just have to be interstate or even locally, as you touched on, Jared. Internationally, I just had the opportunity to hang out with a nice guy from America, Alan from Coral King, spelt with two Ks, from Florida, came out, and I got to spend the day taking him around some fish shops in Melbourne, and spent the full day driving around, having lunch together, looking at shops, talking to his family. With my daughter was there as well, and really build a connection. And
that's cool.
I know that if I ever go to Florida, I've got someone that can take me around some of the shops there, if not his beautiful shop. It's a great opportunity that without social media would honestly never happen, unless you're literally like some creep at the airport just checking to see if anyone looks like a reefer when they're touching down. Otherwise, you'd never know. Like, you wouldn't know these people are coming.
Security when they go through people's bags.
Is that a coral?
Driving through suburbs, just looking for the blue glow in the window. Just
Exactly.
knocking on doors.
Yep.
Just saying, if I ever go to anyone's house at night time, that's how I know I'm at the right house. It's actually
Yeah.
a really great thing
Very
to look
accurate.
for. But you driving, croaking around on the weekend, Sam, as you know, blew my mind. But I just want to say I messaged him and he responded. So that's like going up on my wall. Like, you know how teenagers have that One Direction? I've got that now. But it's such a cool thing, right? Because like that type of like American vibe is kind of what I'm trying to base Only Reefs off. And to have
Nice.
someone like that come down, and Sam, you got the honor to drive him around and meet him and learn all those new things, is so amazing. But then I guess you take back, like, what would the hobby be without social media?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like whenever you want to buy something, most people nowadays actually go look for equipment secondhand. Or whenever you have a problem, whenever you have a great moment, we jump straight to social media. Without that, honestly, without social media, number one, I don't even know I'm sorry, if I would have a fish tank. But number two, I definitely would not be sitting in this store.
Yeah. No, that's
1,010%.
It's definitely helped
My life
grow the
would look
hobby
very different.
yeah.
in
Yeah.
many different ways. It's helped grow the hobby a little bit because Sam Parker, you'd probably remember a little bit like time before even the internet. Like I remember back in the
I
day.
am that old.
Yes. Oh my. But I remember when I was a teen, building my own BMX bike and not fully knowing how to put it together. And I remember having to call the shop owner like every hour. I'm like, okay, I've done that. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
Whereas now you just jump on Facebook, jump on your favorite kind of chat group and just go, guys, where does this screw go? What have I done wrong? It's just blowing bubbles. What do I do? And
Out of a bike, that's weird.
You definitely needed help.
Yeah. But like you can get answers near immediately, and people who have probably gone through the same issues trying to bed in a skimmer or, connect the pump to the internet or, something like that. 10 guys are out there who have that pump working on their tank right now. They know the ins and outs. They can give you an answer there and then. So like Mariah just said, where would we be without?
It is hard to imagine the hobby without access to the internet now. Yeah, I know textbooks.
It wouldn't be what it is.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Textbooks were really big in the hobby back then just because obviously then there was just as much information as there is now, whether we knew it or not. And just no way to absorb it would have been quite a challenge.
Yeah. I've also mentioned a few times that I wasn't much of I didn't care for school too much. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't my way of learning. My way of learning is finding my own source of,
truth,
information and truth and everything and just feeding it in my own way. And that's been pretty much YouTube for me, really. YouTube and maybe a few Facebook pages here and there. So everything that I've learned over the past couple of years, and I've learned a lot more over the last 5 years than I have in my 25, 30 years of being in the hobby, that I have only come from that. It hasn't come from, books and things like that. It's just like, all right, I'm really, really interested in SPS. How am I going to make an SPS tank work if I'm going to do it? All right, let's find a bunch of videos and take information out of that. So if it wasn't for that, myself as a hobbyist would be it'd be a very poor looking tank.
Well, it's that indirect knowledge too, if you were to look, how do I grow SBS? You might try and find a book on how do I grow SBS and there'll be some sort of info on it, but you might not specifically go looking for that. But if you're looking at people's tanks and you're like, gee, I really like the look of that tank, like you're watching a YouTube video on it, and you're like, oh, that's SBS coral. Okay. And what have they done for that? And it's sort of osmosis and a non-direct feed of that information. And before you know it, you've learnt how to keep SBS without specifically asking that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, indirect info just coming in.
Yeah.
I've done it with equipment too. Like I've made decisions on having equipment and not having equipment, like calcium reactor. I'm like, all right, let's see what this thing is. And I'm like, yep, that's going to be going on my tank. I can get my head around that. I'll have that. And then I've gone, maybe I'll do ozone. Everyone seems to be doing ozone. And I've watched a few videos on that. I'm like, don't really see the benefit for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think to add to the Facebook groups and the pages as well, I know we've been talking like interstate and stuff, but there's a lot of smaller groups in like Sydney, obviously where I'm based, but smaller groups that are really good for that information and support in a local area. And I think that's so
100%.
important to find local reefers, because then you can organize events and do these things that obviously we're going to be talking about more about these social events. But a group I have only has about 100 members or so in it of just local reefers within a 10 square kilometer radius, maybe a bit more. But I remember the floods here in the Hawkesbury, and it was just like, this person needed a generator, this person needed this equipment replaced, and it was like everyone was helping each other, and it was just the best thing.
Emergencies are the perfect use case for that.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's just, I tried to mix a water change and didn't have enough salt on hand. Has anyone got 2 kilos of blue bucket salt that I could grab?
When the shops are closed at night and it's an emergency. It's so good.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
The next one we'll go on to is it's another step up from the social media, because I think you can go into social media, you can get your information without even asking a question sometimes. You can even just search in the tabs and go, how do I keep gonnies alive, type of thing. And it'll be 50 different threads will come up with, stuff about gonnies. But I think you got also then your chat groups and things like that as well. Like we have one, us for this podcast, and we use it for a bunch of different things. And a lot of times it's just shit talking.
I speak to you guys more than I speak my family. It's like something good happens, I tell you guys. Something shit happens, I tell you guys. Bad day at work, tell you guys.
That's it. That's what we're here for.
But we talk about the podcast, what's coming up and what's next, but we also bounce ideas off each other as well for like, what do you guys think of this idea? What do you, should I do this? Should I do that? And that's a social aspect of it that has helped me a lot in many different ways. And I'm including a few different local ones as well, where we do have our little get-togethers and stuff like that from those little chat groups as well.
Yeah. That's the natural progression, I think, from those meetups and things, is that you make that connection, and you talk about, you might have a similar sort of tank, or you've got the same pump and you have the same problem with it or something. Then you're on a chat with them, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, add in so-and-so because they had the same thing, or they're going to join us on, that shop crawl or something. You get that nice little social group going on, and it's a little less daunting than putting your problem out to the billions of people on the internet. It's putting that problem out to your inner circle that you have met in person potentially, that you trust are not going to, point and laugh at you. And we'll work through it with you.
Yeah, they still might do that, but then they'll help.
Yep.
Lovingly.
I guess that's also where you start to make friends from that setting as well. And I don't think there's much better than having friends within a hobby that you love. I don't know how many friends I've got that aren't in the hobby. You tell them that I keep coral and fish alive, and they go, why? Like, what are you doing? That must be a cheap hobby. With no, it's not.
Yeah.
And they don't get it. Like, people like that
one to
just
explain,
don't get it.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Jared. I think I would have three people I would consider friends that aren't in the hobby. The whole 27 years of living, 3. Everyone else is people I've met through this hobby. And it's such a cool thing, right? Like I was thinking about the other day, my first lot of like friends I would say I met, not first, but right at the beginning of my journey, I met this couple. We'll use names Steve and Felicity because I know that Daniel's listening. He always listens to episodes. They came into the shop, right? And then Steve's brother, Daniel, he has a fish tank too. And then Felicity's brother had a fish tank. And then her mum had a fish tank. And now I've watched Felicity have a baby. And then she's pregnant with a second. And now Chelsea's having a baby. And it's like I've been a part of like the past 5 years of their life.
Yeah, nice.
All because of fish tanks.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. And like so many other people you talk to daily, and they're like friends who became family, as I always say. All because one day we had some hair algae or something and I didn't know what to do. But it's such a important piece.
The friends within the hobby, they get it a little bit more, right? Like
Yeah, for sure.
they understand. Like I've had a fish die, and you guys have like checked in, going, you know, are you all right? And if I told another friend that I had a fish die, he'd be like, did you cook it and eat it afterwards? Like,
Yeah.
what are you upset about? Like,
Yes, they just don't get it, do they? Sometimes.
No.
yeah, and that's fine too, because I'm sure you're not across all of their hobbies, but like, it's nice to have someone who gets it, who understands the wins, the battles. You know, they're along for the ride for everything, and you are for them as well. So
Exactly right. Yeah, you support each other, don't you?
yeah, I've even reconnected with friends that I was in school with, and we kind of went our separate ways after school, but then just kind of found each other again because we've got aquariums, you know. So you know, it's a cool little aspect of it that that I think helps a lot. It's helped me a lot, definitely, because I sometimes I can be a person who just kind of wallows in my own self pity at times, and I think, you know, just talking it out helps a lot for me. And like I said, you can't just turn to anyone and talk about, you know, coral bleaching or a tank crash or a pump dying or any of those things. Like you talk to someone who understands it or has been through it, then you get some actual proper feedback, some proper constructive criticism, even to the next steps. And
and they
Told
know
you not
you
to
as
do that, Jared. You idiot.
No, but they know you as a person and as a reefer, right? So they can kind of hit both aspects.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky. I've got a friend that I went through school with, and then we both kind of got into the reefing hobby around the same time, and it's just 15 minutes down the road, and we just talk.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's just the best.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's to you, Lachlan. I think you're listening.
I was going to say, is that Lachlan?
Yeah.
I was thinking more of Mariah's. Say you've actually got 10 friends that aren't reefers, and they're all sitting there thinking, "Yeah, I'm one of those 3," when 7 of them actually aren't. But then I thought, if they're not into reefing, they wouldn't be listening to this podcast anyway, so they'll never know. It's
No,
fine.
really? No, they won't. 1, 2.
I was going to say, you don't have to name them. It's like,
don't name them, whatever you do.
Maybe 4. A very small circle, right? Compared to, like, I think about people I know. It's either family, small circle, or everyone who, like, we compare acro and stuff.
Yep. Makes
That's how it should be.
Also, on the other end as well, like the friends who are in the hobby, when they come around and see your tank, like it's a couple of hours of just talk. Oh, why did you do that? Or what have you found with that? And do you like that pump and things like that? You have family members or friends who are non-hobbyists that come around. They just go, "Oh yeah, cool tank," and then they just go into another room. Like they just there's not a lot of appreciation. They definitely will not open the cabinet doors up to see your filtration setup. Like they just
what's under the hood?
They don't care. You know, it doesn't matter.
And then you're there opening it. Saying, look, everyone, look.
Yeah, look at this new fuge light I got, and they're like, "What's a fuge light? What are you doing?"
Look at the colours.
So yeah.
Or they walk in. Is that real?
Yeah,
that's the popular one.
Is that fresh water?
Yeah,
are those alive? Don't leave them on all the time.
I love cool plants.
Yeah.
Cool half plants, I guess. That's kind of right. But it's when they notice things like aptation, they're like, "Whoa, they're cool."
That's an extra salt in the wound.
So after we talk about chat groups, the next one I think is when we start to actually get together. So everything that we've spoken about before has been somewhat online, still kind of behind a keyboard, I guess, even. Whereas now we're actually getting out into the wild, and we're starting to talk to people and meet people, and you know, see what they're actually like in person. And that's a lot of these get-togethers. So the 2 that I have here is obviously we did Salty Social here probably, what was it, 2 months ago now? Yeah,
not even
something like that.
a month and a half, 2 months ago, which was fun. It was
amazing.
It was a very quick thrown together, intimate type of little event that we had. But it had no tanks, no coral, no fish, no water, no nothing. It's just a bunch of hobbyists together
Purely social.
having a chat, fully social.
Mm.
That's all.
Yeah.
The other one that I've got here as well, there was some coral sales and some prizes and stuff like that, and that was Fragmas that that Chris Dagger runs every year at Christmas time. We could even probably throw your most recent one in this, Mariah, your little
Absolutely.
frag swap as well. So we've got all these little types of get-togethers.
Don't forget too, your bus tour, Sam, that you did earlier
Yes.
this year.
I was more
That
thinking where
needs
that
a
class
mention.
is. Mm.
No, that was
Yeah,
so
all
so.
the
You know what? At that time of the year, I traveled a lot. Right, I went to Brisbane twice, Melbourne twice, Sydney. I actually think, looking back on that whole period, the Sydney trip was my favorite. And that was purely because of how you structured that day and how I got to meet so many people who now, like, I talk to quite frequently too.
Yeah.
No, that needs a mention. That was so good. It was like small, like what do we have, like 10 people?
Yeah, it was 12 on the bus. But I guess,
Yeah.
12 seats in
But it was
total.
like
But
enough. It
yeah.
was
And it
very
was
good.
more because of the bus trips between all the shops, it becomes more of a social thing. And then we
Yeah.
finished up with the barbecue at Bespoke and we, had all that, which
Yeah.
was, it was really social. I think I ended up with like 2 corals for the day or something, but yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it.
Go back a step,
That
Sam.
was a good day.
For those who weren't there and don't know what you're talking about, tell us, what was this bus tour that ended
Yeah.
up at Bespoke and
It
had
was the
12
magic
people?
school bus.
Yeah, it was the Magic School Bus. My soccer team has a bus that we take on our away soccer games. So I thought I'd just take it for the day that they don't use it. And I pretty much I think it was $10 or $15. I think I charged people to hop on, and that just purely covered tolls and fuel. And we did, I think it was 6 shops in one day,
Nice.
driven by yours truly. And we just went around, and all the shops that I visited, I gave preface that we were coming, so they got some good stock in, and they also offered discounts to all the people that were involved coming along, 20% and things like that. And then the last stop was a Bespoke where we had a barbecue and some beers and all the other fun things that come with the social scene as well.
Such a good day.
Yeah, and I threw in, we had trivia in the bus, we had raffles, heaps of people came on board to donate prizes because they just thought, oh, this is awesome, which it really was. It was so good. But I do plan on doing another one this year, later in the year. So I'm just trying to work it around some other things going on. But yeah, that's to come. So and maybe even bigger. We'll get a bigger bus or 2 buses, or just people want to join in their cars and follow along.
Yeah.
Come along, chat, have fun.
Adelaide Metro, Sydney Metro, look out.
Yeah.
I've done some similar ones like that before, and the only point of difference was we didn't have a bus, but we had cars. And what ended up happening is you'd get people carpooling. So you'd end up with 4 reefers in one car, and then between shop 2 and 3, they'd shuffle a little bit, and you'd have obviously the driver would stay the same in their car, but they'd have 3 different reefers in the car with them, and then they'd get to talk and chat. And
how good.
That worked well as well. But I got to say, there's something, mind the pun, there's something very magical about the school bus, that's for sure.
Except for the sad faces when they realized it wasn't actually a magic school bus.
But
it was literally a white van, and Mariah's there like, where is it?
But you got to roll
the next one yellow.
That's what's magic about it, is it doesn't look like a magical school bus. It's very magical.
That's true. That's true. And then we shrugged down and we went into the coral. No.
Yeah. We went into a reef raid, and we went whenever reef raids go.
In the digestive system of a coral. Yeah. But let's class the little bus trips or and those, like you said, Sam, of the local crawls where you get people just carpooling as well.
Crawls are great.
Great events.
As you say, the shops enjoy it too. Even if you have one carload of people, right? If you have 3 or 4 people coming to a shop, I know the four of us have gone to shops together, and the shops love it. There's people coming in, they talk to them. You've got a bit of a group. People are in a bit of a buying. They've kind of mentally already pre-accepted they're spending money that day. They're there on a shopping tour.
Yeah.
The shops work with you, and they ask where you're going next, and it's good. It's a great social event. Everyone has a good time.
Yeah. And if you're with like your wife or a random mate, they kind of like steer you away from buying things. But when you're with fellow reefers,
Yeah, they'll be like, look, there's a sea noodle. Get Philp over here.
You won't do it. You're scared. Oh, I'll buy 10 then.
Especially when you've got an esky in the back that's just for coral, right?
True.
So yeah, it's set up, for purchasing. A lot of shops also kind of come in and say, for your guys only, we'll do this much % off, or we'll do a package deal type thing, which is great. So
and we got like Eastwood Sonny and the Eastwood team put together a little like goodie bag for all the people on the bus.
So
it was
good.
so good.
it's awesome.
That was great.
It's so cute. Yeah.
Another one I want to mention for the get together side of it, and it's usually the post show after a larger event. So let's talk about what did we do at Reef Stock? We did there was I think it was a ribs and rumps or something across the road that we all went to, and then even more recently Fragorama, they booked out a whole pub. So I think the events are excellent because that's where you kind of go, you mingle a little bit, and you can purchase a couple of things. But if you look around, there's some stressed faces there, and there's some people that are just busy, and they don't actually get to let their hair down until the after party or the after drinks or whatever. So that's when the social side of it might actually start to come out a little bit more because, people can actually be themselves. They're not stressed. Everything's sold. They've packed up.
Especially the vendors. Hey.
Yeah.
I've never sold or anything at a frag show, but I can only imagine the stress of all the people and bagging and taking money and checking your tank and topping up water and.
Yeah, well, I remember at the most recent Fragorama, like I just wanted to kind of catch up with, Anya and Cam, and then even like Shane, and just chat to a few people. But every time I went near them, they had other people around them. And it wasn't until we actually got to the pub where I actually got to have a chat with everyone and sit down and talk and have a beer, and even not talk about the hobby, talk about them and how they've been and stuff as well. So. Another great one was also the Pet Expo. Paul Tauber put a little bit of a after drinks on upstairs, and it went on from there elsewhere. So I think it's just a little bit of fun. And you also see people who weren't there; they couldn't make it throughout the day for the show, but they're like, "Well, I can arrive at night, and everyone's getting a little bit loose, so that's my time to shine." And so another part of the social side of it.
Yeah,
definitely. And another one, I mean, I'm showing my age here. This is how old and boring I am, but one I love to do, and I have for a long time. Believe it or not, I'm not actually a massively social person. I spend a lot of my time, I work from home, spend a lot of my time by myself, and I'm quite comfortable being in just my own presence. But I do like to invite people over, like other reefers over for dinner, like either dinner or lunch or something. Our dining table's right in front of the tank.
Yeah.
Come over, have dinner. We'll have a few beers. We'll just sit there looking at the tank for a few hours. And I always love to extend that invite to people out of town, out of state, even if they're international. Come hang out for a while and just, chew the fat, look at the tank. It's always great.
Yeah, unless you're in the seats that's got the tank behind you, and you're just like,
we always make sure the guests get the good seat.
We'll turn them all around.
I did it only a couple of weeks ago, Sam. I was at your place, and
I love it. It's always good.
Yeah, it's always fun. I think anywhere that you go, anyone's house, like I don't know how many times I've been to local reefers' houses just to pick up a frag or two and just stand in front of the tank for 2 hours going, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. There's those local swaps that I always end up doing. Like, local reefer comes around, just picking up that one little Zoa or whatever. And then 2 hours later, You fragging stuff for them. You're deep in it. They're the best.
Oh, I've actually learnt now when I go do like local coral drops to always like leave like an hour between people, even if they live 10 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Very
same
smart.
goes like, because I've been running this from my lounge room for so long, I try and like space people out, but it doesn't always work. And then I've got like 4 different people in my lounge room. My dad walks in and he's like, "Hey, you want drinks?"
Yeah.
And they apologize. He's like, "I'm used to it." And then he tries to get in on it too, but you say like Gonnie and he looks in the sun for something. But I guess that's not wrong, actually.
I was going to say, there's Gotti everywhere in your house. It's probably in your fridge. And
You're a step ahead of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing out a toilet bowl.
So after the get-togethers and all that, we start to head into the smaller events. And we're not quite into the shows just yet, but these are just events that maybe a shop might put on. A few that come to mind is we had the Blue Light District, which was set up in Fisher Friends in the car park.
Minto, yeah.
Out of
I
Minto,
missed
yeah.
that one.
And it was a great little event.
That was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
It kind of turned into a bit of it was massive, didn't it? It kind of land
big,
had
yeah.
taken over half the car park, but yeah.
Yeah. We've also got stuff like really good ones I find are like shop birthdays or shop openings. Like when a new shop opens, it's not uncommon from these days to just do a proper little opening, where they do some deals and they like what you did, Mariah, like the balloons, a little bit of everything, a barbecue, some drinks, music, the whole lot.
Normally some like a jumping castle or something for the kids so that, they don't get distracted after 10 minutes. They can keep themselves entertained for a bit.
Seeing how much of a hit this whole frag swap was, oh my God, I'm booking 2 weeks leave, right? But I'm going to have my opening in between because I'm going to need a week to recover. I've already got so many like people.
You were taking leave from your own shop.
No, not yet. But I've already got like so many people coming down and I'm going to block off the whole car park. I'm thinking even toying with the idea of like maybe putting like I did mystery frags this time right in the sump. What if I got like a pond and put it outside and I just had a mystery frag pond?
Sky's the limit.
Right?
Why not?
Exactly.
Like a little ducky thing. They do that at American shows when you like
can go
pick up your little ducky. Yeah. That'd be great.
Great fun.
With the magnets on the top of the monsoon frag floaters. Oh, guys, book your tickets to Adelaide. Book the tickets. Not yet. I haven't decided the date. Waiting for the tanks to come. But
do you want me to edit all this out so no one takes your ideas, or?
Nah, copyright.
Have you copyrighted it yet? You got to be on that.
I did it first.
The shows that come to mind, Jared, that you're talking about, I know Pet Quarters is a bit of a chain near us. I don't know if I should just throw names around here, but they do a lot of birthday activities and openings and their little marine sections, which are great. And I know that they did one, I forget the name of it, a couple of years ago, but I know like Shane Danger Common went in and did like a fragging little exhibition thing, did like a 30-minute spiel, and there were a couple of local reefers selling, in the back. Well, not dodgy, but in the actual back of the store. And they're great. They're really good fun.
Yeah. It could even have been this event. I did one with Petstock years ago. I did a few across the country called Frag Stocks, which were
that's what it was.
Yeah, they were at shops, but they had like local fraggers selling corals there as well. And you'd get, they'd have a little tank with their frags that they could sell from the shop, and you'd have, a few special events happening there. As you say, it could be Shane Danger talking about fragging, or it could be a 10% discount on, I don't know, Ecotech or something like that for the day. And you get a few people in, you have some giveaways, and it's a good little event. It, I think they're good fun. Things like that are great.
Cool.
A few others that I remember, Aquaristic did an opening. What was it? It's probably about a year or two. It's probably 2
Yeah.
years ago now.
Yeah.
When they moved from their old premises to their new premises. Reeftopia did a really good one that you were at, Sam, and
Yep.
they even did a really good first birthday. And
They did, yeah.
have they done a second
They
birthday?
did. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So
They keep the good times coming.
yeah. I don't know if Gallery did anything with their new shop opening. I think
They
I think
did a
they did
soft
a local event.
opening.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So we'll have to, and I think they had a lot of things going on at that time when that shop was opening, like shutting down an old one and stuff as well. So
Yeah.
it's probably the last thing on their mind, but maybe we'll get into them for a first birthday where we all fly up or something like that. But
Yeah.
Oh,
most
yeah.
but yeah, I think they're a great little event because like there's that social side of it. Like you don't
Yes.
catch up with a lot of people, but you might just catch them at these little openings and stuff like that. And if you're a bit savvy with your money as well, sometimes there's some sales on because the distributors have gone, for your opening, I'm going to do you a discount on a pallet of salt or whatever. So there's always something to take away from
Yeah.
these places, and maybe it might just be a snag, a sausage sandwich or something like that, and a can of drink, but it's something, right?
Yeah. Mariah was I'm sure she was gonna mention about Apex here in Melbourne. They love to throw
Ken
these
loves his
Ken
parties.
loves a party, and I've been
Grand
to
opening,
grand
birthday,
opening
Sri
birth.
Lankan New Year, Asian New Year,
Yep.
Australian New Year.
Yep.
Oh, it's Sunday.
There's a party for everything, and they've had like fancy French chefs there cooking. Cooking. I mean, once they're cooked, they're not live, but they had live crayfish there that they were cooking. Steaks. They had for Sri Lankan New Year. They had this special like savory pancake. It's a Sri Lankan dish that they had like a special chef there cooking. I've been there. They've had big paella out the front. They love to throw a
Yeah,
party.
he had
And,
like pork on the spit and like oysters. And
yeah,
remember when they
yeah.
were opening, he just got a whole pallet of beer. There's a photo somewhere. I think it's Jack driving around forklift with a pallet of beer to move it out the way. Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah, they do love a party, that's for sure. But it's great fun because you do end up spending a good chunk of the day there. I've been there before for a couple of those events, and I'm like, I can only sort of stay for about half an hour, and then 5 hours later, I'm like, oh, I better get going.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good fun. And they're good if you're local to that shop as well. It's always great to kind of talk to a shop owner on another level than just, take my money type thing. So,
Yeah.
get to know them a little bit better, what they like, what they don't like. And, you might make a friend. Like you work with your friend now, Sam, you volunteer your time every Saturday to help him out as well.
Yes,
So,
spot on. Yeah. I've told the story before, but yeah, that all came about that my mate that owns a fish shop was back in COVID, was getting absolutely slammed because they were that busy and needed help, and I needed an excuse to get out of the house. So it was a mutually beneficial decision that I hang around and talk rubbish and bag up coral and fish to people. So, and that's been, like 6 years now that I've been there pretty much every Saturday when I'm not out hanging with you guys.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah. Next thing we'll move on to is the larger events. This is probably more your shows, which I think we probably just don't quite hit the mark with this just yet in Australia. And I
No.
think shows have come and gone, and I think one unfortunate reason why one show has gone is because Jake's no longer with us, who ran Reefstock.
They were really building something there, weren't they?
They
Yeah.
were. They definitely were. He had, when I spoke to him at Reefstock, he had great plans of, making it an annual thing or even twice a year. And the first one it was probably a really horrible time for the first one to hit. Like it just kind of getting postponed because of COVID. And then I think everyone was still in that kind of worried about COVID stage where people were only just starting to get out of homes and fly interstate and stuff. So first one didn't quite hit the mark, but I think if it was still going now, like it'd be huge. It'd be massive. And And then we've had other people just put their hands up, like you run one, Sam, the Underwater Pet Expo.
Yeah,
Did that
I did a couple of them.
couple of those.
Yeah, which it was similar in size to Restock, but it was strangely for me because I don't do freshwater, but it was a freshwater and saltwater show. It was primarily aimed at people that didn't actually have fish tanks. It was trying to
Yep.
showcase the hobby to people. Rather, I guess that was the point of difference from Restock. Restock was for the the top 1% of the top 1% that want the $6,000 scully.
Yeah.
Mine was opposite end. Here's a goldfish, or maybe not a goldfish, maybe a guppy tank for your
Goldfish are too
kids.
hard.
Exactly. And then this is what you can do if you want to have a goldfish. And then have a look at these beautiful corals, and look, there's Nemo.
Yeah.
They were big events. Like I can't actually remember the numbers now, but I think at Underwater Pet Expo it was a 2-day event. We had about somewhere between like 10 or 15,000 people through the venue over the 2 days, which is just huge. But very different to Restock, which ironically is actually more my kind of event. That's where I like to go, is for the high end reefing stuff. But
Yeah.
the show I put on was a different angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a pet. There was a pet show.
Yep.
The pet
Yep.
show. They had like the reef town. They
Yeah.
had a little marine section.
Yes.
They were quite a big show as well, but the same thing. It was kind of hitting every pet.
Yes, that was even broader again. Yeah, that was all pets. And obviously, fish was a component of that, and then reef was a small component of that.
It's a bit of a shame
Yeah.
that the Pet Expo one, the one that you just mentioned then, Sam, because I think there was one year there here in Sydney where it kind of it was decent. Everyone put in a bit of effort into it. Like it was combined. Obviously, it was freshwater, saltwater. There was like a top 50 discus wall and all types of stuff. But there was a lot of local shops that were there, and everyone went to an effort. But I just don't think it was beneficial for a lot of shops to do it. Like it kind of ended up costing them money, and they didn't make it back. Which is why I've seen a lot of shops start to pull out of these types of shows, because there's been a few more on, and they've just dwindled in numbers, and they're struggling to kind of even get like even just an aquarium side to the Pet Expo now. So
Yeah.
Mm.
I can tell you from experience, it's super difficult for vendors. Typically, these events happen on say a Saturday, which is generally the busiest day of the week for an aquarium, particularly a reef store.
Mhm.
You're generally charging them to be there. They need to close their shop to be there unless they've got a whole heap of staff. They need to probably a day before and a day after to move things in and out.
yeah,
And then
Mm.
ironically, despite all that, normally people that are attending are looking for like a discounted item.
Yeah.
They want like a
Yeah.
show special, despite the fact that it's costing them this money and all this extra time to be there. So from a vendor, it's a really tough game. And I guess even doubly so in the reefing scene where the pet show was open to, if you might be a big dog lover, so you go to the pet show to have a look at the dogs and you happen to wander through Fish Town and have a look. But reefing's not the sort of thing you can go, I'll pick up a tank and set it up that afternoon and go. It definitely is probably not the advice we're giving people. So it's you don't necessarily get a customer from that weekend, and you're hoping they get inspired and come back in a month's time and do business with you then. But it's really hard to track. So it's a tough game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It weirdly sat right in between a trade show and I don't even know, like a selling
Like a
consumer
family,
show as
yeah.
well, because there was lots of distributors there, and I was with Oz Aquarium distributors at the time of the Pet Expo show, and it was really weird for us because we would showcase all of the Aquaforest Reef Factory, all of our flagship items, and people would come to us, I'd like to buy that. We're kind of like, we're just showing it today. Like
it's tough.
So it's weird, but then you could go around the corner to across from us, we had Coastal Clownfish. He was selling designer clowns for $100. He sold out easily.
Yep.
It was all shops selling coral and fish and all kinds of stuff like that. So it sat weirdly right in between, and people weren't sure if things were for sale or if things were just to be viewed. And I don't know.
And that's one thing you can say that Reef Stock absolutely nails, right? everyone knows what the show is for. It is to see and purchase the hottest 1% of coral. Um, and sometimes that doesn't always gel with people, but at least you know before walking through the door that's
Yeah.
what you're going to see. And you've got talks, and you will still have some distributors showcasing the brand new lights and the new pump or whatever. But
Yeah.
the primary reason is you want to be there first, so you can go straight to your vendor of choice, get your elbows out, and get the first crack at that Walt Disney frag or whatever it may be, or the news named Zoa. It had a very clear direction, and I think that's why it was so successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it did still cater for the others as well. Like there was
Of course.
corals for the others and all the rest of it. I don't often purchase high-end pieces, but I remember looking at the people put out videos, or the shops put out little clips of, setting up and what they've got. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go there first. And I'm going to go over there and buy that. And it was so exciting. It's like kid in a candy store. It's the best thing.
Start strategizing. You've got your full whiteboard behind you, or a cork board with like red string going from, I'm going to go to
100-meter
Eastwood
distance
first, and then I'm going to go to Bespoke, and then I'm going to go to Majestic.
Yeah.
Well, the way that I kind of like to think of it is like, I don't know if you've, I don't know what the Easter show is like for you guys in other states, but the Easter show here in Sydney, it's all about the show bag haul for the kids. Like the show bags is the place, and they just go absolutely mental in there. And I think that something like Reef Stock was like that for hobbyists, where they
100%.
Get through that door,
absolutely,
fight people for that coral, and just go home with a smile on your face, but nothing in your wallet type thing. So.
Esky or a bucket full of coral and fish.
The one
salmonella
show
from the chicken burger. Hopefully not.
The one show that I think actually did both really well is Fragorama.
Spot on.
Anya and Cam, who run Gallery Aquatica, have been doing Fragorama for, is it 2-3 years now?
I think we've had 2 now.
I think it's two.
Two
I think
shows.
this year would have been the third,
This
right?
would have been the third, yeah.
Yep.
I have not attended one. I think you, all three of you have, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Mariah's been there at the Stella.
Yeah, that was like, the first one, what was that, 24? Was it 24? Yeah. That was my first ever social event. I'd never seen anything. I've only been in the hobby since 22. So that was my first ever, frag show, and I was blown away. And then the next year I came back as a seller, which was even more awesome. I had so much fun. That was the best day ever. But yeah, you're right, Jared. They do that was an incredible day for vendors, and I think, and for like people just there to look around.
I think because they really thought about maximizing it for everybody, because my booth was right next to Sustainable Reefs. They were doing $10 softy frags, which
and I was kidding.
I don't think I've ever seen softy frags at a show like that ever. And and then you had Jono at Aquamarine Aquaristic doing all of his wonderful SPS frags. Mariah, you brought all your crazy gonnies, and so like there was stuff there if you wanted that reef stock, like that high end piece. But then there was also the stuff there where like I'll grab a bargain. I take this home and I'm just going to dip my toe in. Coastal Clownfisher were there with their $100 designer clowns. There was also a lot of different distributors there. Like Reddy was there with his Mastertronics stuff. There was heaps there, and it was a small venue. It wasn't huge by any stretch of the imagination. So they kind of catered really well. I think they saw what worked for everything else in the past and just, made that their kind of goal to make everyone happy. And I haven't met anyone who said that they didn't like Fragorama, which is
just
excellent.
about to say.
Yeah.
No one who
Universally
speaks of it.
Yeah.
I guess it is worth mentioning, though, that the amount of time and money up front that needs to go into these social events, these big shows, is enormous. Like just listening to Anya talk about the organization of shows and planning meetings beforehand, and
she has a whole committee, doesn't she?
I was going to say,
they have meetings.
I don't want
You've
to
got to do it for the love.
Don't want to take anything away from Cam and Anya, because they're obviously part of that committee, but there is as you
Yeah.
say, it's not just
So
them.
many.
There's a committee
Mhm.
that get involved and dedicate their time and effort to get the show off the ground. Obviously, Cam and Arnia, I can't speak. I'm not sure on the financials. I think the financials come from Cam and Arnia, but
Yeah.
maybe the board invest in that as well. I'm not sure, but they at
Yeah.
least invest their time and effort, which is, it's asking a lot. It's
It's
people
huge.
people generally pretty keen to help on the day, but 6 months out when you're talking about table layouts and stuff, people are a little bit less enthusiastic. So it's a huge undertaking, and to
Yeah.
back it up and do it again is a huge effort.
Yeah. The good thing about that show as well was that it had a certain social aspect to it because they had like a little beer garden
Yeah,
outside where you could just, it was getting a little bit too hectic inside. You've already bought your corals or whatever. You go out and have a schnitzel sandwich and, and a beer,
Yeah.
have a chat with a few, like-minded people. But then there was also like the knowledge center where everyone was doing their little speeches and their talks and stuff
Talks. Yeah.
Yep.
on all the different sides of it. Like Sam and I, you and I sat next to each other where we listened to a few and, we were
Yeah.
blown away by some of the talks
Yeah,
happening there.
Raving Reefs had a crazy
Yeah.
macroalgae presentation that just when, I will say, I don't want to say a bit of massive ego, but I'm pretty humble in this game, but I like to think I've got a relatively good understanding of a fair bit in this hobby. And then you get someone like the team from Raving Reefs get up and just absolutely school you on something like macroalgae, and you just
Yeah.
get a very quick reminder at how little you know about almost everything in this hobby. There is so much more out there to learn, and
Yeah.
and it was just presenter after presenter. That's the one that sticks in my mind. But even I think Dan Kimberley from Monsoon or Lyle from Cairns
Oh,
Marine
yeah.
got up their
Mhm.
presentations and things, and I know they're pretty. Both of those guys are pretty well-oiled machines. They do presentations like this at various platforms,
Very
so
good.
they're
Yeah.
very good at what they do. But can't take anything away from that because, as you would expect, they were very good, and yet again learn even more about this hobby on things that I won't say I thought I was an expert on, but I thought I had a pretty good idea of how things worked, and quickly realized I had no idea and learned
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I didn't even attend, and I watched all the talks. Well, the ones that
Yeah.
were recorded anyway. It was,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
There's one other aspect of a social gathering, and it comes sometimes, sometimes good events come from bad reasons and vice versa, I guess. But this weekend, and probably the time of releasing this video, I'll be going to a store closure here in Melbourne, which is from Aquamarine Aquaristic. And Friday night and Saturday during the day, they've already closed, but they're opening the doors then to basically clear out things that are left. So they've told people to bring cash and a bucket and make offers on livestock, dry
Everything.
goods, hardware, you name it. And I can't tell you it's going to be a super fun social event just yet because I haven't been yet, but I can already imagine there's going to be a little bit of camaraderie there and people, helping carry tanks out and, mates egging their other mate on to pick this system up and do it as a frag system.
Yeah.
Or I'm really hoping that's the kind of the way it goes, and maybe, something good happens out of a store closing and things
Silver
all
lining.
go well. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a different angle, but it will be an event nonetheless, I guess, and it should bring a slightly different vibe. It'll be a little bit of a fire sale approach, I'm guessing, and yeah, I'm curious to go there and see if I can lend a hand with anyone picking up a brand new, new to them, 12-foot long frag system.
Chuck it on my car, would you? Give me a hand. Get some ratchet straps. We'll give it a go.
Why not? Yeah, I can imagine it's going to be a bit like that. But no, I say it should be good. It'll be sad because Jono at AMA's ran a great shop there, both in person and also online for a number of years now. But all good things do have to come to an end. So hopefully the sort of the day and a half closure event we'll have a few good stories told, and sharing a little bit of that social aspect of reefing, which is the whole point of today's episode, I guess.
Yeah, and you never know, it might lead to something else. Who knows?
It's one of those things where someone might pick up a number of these systems to put in their garage and start fragging, and then in 6 months' time they go, you know what? Let's lease a building. Let's open up a shop. So it could be the Phoenix event. Who knows?
I guess the last one to go on, it's one that hasn't even happened yet, and that's one that we've actually been talking about, fellas. We've been talking behind the scenes for, I don't know, what's it been, 6 months now, about doing our own show.
Yes.
Uh, and we're pretty happy to say that it will happen, but we cannot say to what extent or what it's going to be or when it's going to be just yet. But we're pretty certain that we will get something together in the near future, at least. It's probably going to be something like next year, but we locations are definitely a big hurdle, and then everything else, and then forming a committee like we just spoke about before. So there's a lot of work to go into it, but I think just talking about all of these shows and stuff throughout the episodes made me realize that, we need to kind of contribute to adding to the social scene in the hobby. So
Specifically when we're talking about the void of shows at the moment. I mean, with Fragorama not happening this year, with all of the things that Cam and Arnie with a new baby and a closing of one shop and an opening of another shop wasn't physically possible. So without that show this year, it's just highlighted even further all of the shows that we've not had in the last few years. So even with Fragorama, there's room for more. But it would seem like a good opportunity for the next 6 to 12 months to pop up something, particularly if Fragorama does come back, which I'm sure it will likely be a Brisbane or a Queensland-based event. We know Sydney does like a reefing show.
Yeah. Yeah, so, give us a little bit of feedback. Is it, I'm sure everyone's going to say it's wanted, but, tell us what kind of a show you would like to, what you would like to see come to, your state, or what state, or,
what it should look like.
does it need to be like Reef Stock, or should it be like Fragorama, or smaller again, something like Blue Light District? Give us your feedback on what it should be, and we'll go from there. And
we might not hit Reef Stock heights, but let's strive.
Well, at least not straight away. That's for sure.
Cool.
It could be something that we strive to get towards in the future, build towards, but it's definitely not what we want off the bat. For our first show, that's just a recipe for disaster, realistically. But
bite off sizable chunks that one can still chew.
Yeah. So it's something to kind of get excited about. If you've been waiting for something like this, just know that we're in the background, kind of chatting about it and planning it. So it'll happen at some point.
Yeah.
But that's the entire episode on the social side of the scene. We lost Mariah because she's going to go off and unbox some gonnies that she just picked up from the airport. So I'll quickly, I don't know if we're going to get her back or not, but I
don't think so.
No, I don't think so. It looks like she's got her hands full from the messages that are rolling in.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll quickly, for her, I'll go over the Only Reefs giveaways.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the good news is for whoever wins these giveaways, she's literally getting her hands on some brand new stock right now. So, that's a win.
You can use it literally on the piece she's currently holding right now.
Still in the bag.
Yeah. So like she said at the beginning of the episode, there's 2 winners in this episode. There'll be 2 more winners in the next episode. One episode from Facebook, and the winner from Facebook is David Chatfield.
Well,
so
congratulations,
David.
Well done. $100 onlyreefs.com.au gift voucher.
And from Insta, the winner is GGEMIG, Gemajig. We
It sounds very Irish.
Didn't we have
Go on.
this?
Is
We
this
had-
the one that put the comment in the
Yeah,
the episode, like a
Jimmy.
listener episode?
Jemig.
We're all
Jimmy.
sitting there and you were like, oh, Sam's he's
Yeah.
having a stroke. He's and it was just me getting every reiteration. Yeah, nice.
I believe their name's Gabe, from what I've been told. But yeah,
Excellent.
congrats to David and Gabe on
Well
the
done.
$100 Only Reefs gift vouchers. Well done.
I'm just scrolling
Yeah,
through onlyreefs.com.au right now, looking at the corals in there. And I tell you what, $100 is going to get you a decent little haul of coral, or you could even buy something pretty spectacular with only like loose change found in your couch to add to the $100 voucher. So congrats. You're going to get some pretty nice stuff with that prize.
Yeah.
Awesome merch. I'm guessing if it's online, it goes
Yep.
for merch too, right?
Yep.
Everything.
Merch.
Yeah, she's got
is
Only
available.
Reefs merch in
Yeah,
there.
good.
There's the submerged merch in there.
Submergible. Yeah.
She's got SPS, LPS. I don't think she has any softies.
Let me have a look.
Now that she's got a shop, I'm sure
She's
she'll
got some
expand.
little. Yeah, I think she's got like some zoas and mushrooms.
Yeah, she's
and
got some
OG bouncers and
Aerobacters.
stuff.
Oh, she got.
Yeah.
Oh, you should know she's got the candy corn clove polyps.
Yes,
I did know that. Yeah. Put that in the cart. Thanks, Mariah.
Lovely. Look at that. The candy cane clove polyps are $100, the same value as the gift vouchers that have just been
There you
won.
go.
So,
Yeah.
or you get yourself
And
a
they're
Madonna
hard to
Stella.
find those.
Yeah,
Tell you
definitely.
that much.
And just speaking on the merch, there's still some shirts available. Some shirts sizes have sold out. Some designs, I think, have sold out or are close to selling out. So jump on, grab one of the last few sizes before I do another run. I think they work out to be $55, including GST, and then $10 or $15 shipping from Only Reefs from her shop. So
Nice.
and if you haven't seen those, I'll put a photo up here now. Like I said, there's only a couple left, and I'll do another run, but I just want to get through these ones first before I do any more. I just want to know what sizes sell well and things like that. So
Yeah, fair call.
Yeah, nice.
now we've got episode 33 coming up in 2 weeks' time, and guys, I thought this was a really good chance for us to talk about where our tanks are at right now.
Okay.
We've spoken about our tanks throughout the episodes, in past episodes, like what our tanks are, the size and what equipment we have and what coral we have and fish and all like that. But, tanks evolve over time, and I'd like to hear, and I think the listeners would like to hear where each of us are at with our tanks at this moment. So that's where we're going to be talking about in episode 33 in 2 weeks' time. So,
should be good.
if
Looking forward
you
to that one.
want to hear a little bit, and the good news is mine's actually doing okay. So
Good.
it's something to talk about this time.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at a real crossroads with my tank, so I'm going to maybe wait for that 2 week time frame and use the episode to make some decisions on which way I go with my tank.
Yeah,
Ooh.
right. Yeah,
Live.
cool.
Can we vote on it live, and whatever we say is what you do? No, I'm just kidding.
Bodie McBoatface again, you think?
Yeah,
Yes, we will call it Tanky McTankface.
we're going to gut it and do just sowers.
Well, I was toying with the idea of going to soft coral, and I can imagine Sam Philp might have a vote for that. But
I did see a random comment in some random Facebook group talking about social stuff today. That I saw you said that, and I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to convince him.
I'm open to it. We'll see. We can talk more about it in the episode, I guess.
Yeah, look forward to it.
You've got a soft coral tank.
I do, but I don't have a 7-foot one.
And the one at the shop's got like predatory fish, right? Like
Yeah,
small
exactly.
predatory.
Yeah. Actually,
Nice.
well, I've got another thing. I'll save it for that episode, but I've got an update for that tank too.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
update
So many
on,
tanks.
on all the tanks.
All
So
the
On all
tanks.
of them.
If
And I'm
you've
sure
got
Mariah will give us an
more
update
than
on
one,
hers too.
Her tanks might even have come off the container by then. She might have 40 tanks to talk about.
Yeah. Very cool. So again, if you need to kind of see what's happening with the episodes, join in on any of the giveaways or anything like that, the place to do that is both on Facebook and Insta. So if you're not currently a subscriber of Facebook and Insta, it's probably time that you get on there and give us a like so you can kind of follow us, get all the information of when episodes are going to drop, when prizes are going to hit. Also, we are now on YouTube. We've been saying that for a couple of weeks now, but what I've actually done, I've had a week or two off with this little operation that I had, and I've been bored. I've been very bored, and I actually uploaded all of season 2 up onto YouTube. So there's now, what is there, 8 or 9 episodes, including this one, maybe even 10 episodes on YouTube, ready to watch. So
yeah, check out the cover photos. They're brilliant. They're the highlight, I reckon.
So this episode that is airing right now that you're seeing, obviously this is going to be a little bit better edited for YouTube. There'll be a lot of little snippets and stuff added in. Everything else that I've loaded is just because it was already preloaded, ready to go. So what you see with those is not what you're going to get in the future, but they are on there. So if you like it and you're not really a podcast person, but you love a YouTube video, they're all on there now. So get on there. At a minimum, give us a like and a subscribe, because that will help us out a lot to try and get towards that. What is it? What do we need? 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000 subscribers, I think it is, and
that's
so many watch hours or something. Yeah. But just enjoy the content. The algorithm will do the rest.
Yeah.
And if you've watched them or listened to them first, go and watch them again.
You're a heck of a salesman.
You can see all the crap in my house.
You get to see my delightful Buffy VHS collection.
And
we didn't talk about your product placement behind you, Sam.
That's just a little special for the YouTube. People can see things that are coming on my channel in the short-term future.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so if you're interested in a new skimmer, I'm sure Sam's got a unboxing coming up pretty soon.
Very soon, yes.
Very good.
How good.
All right, guys. Well, that's what we got for the episode tonight. And thank you both for being on the episode, and thank you, Mariah. I'm sure you're running around with bags of water right now, unboxing Gonnies. So.
She said, "Tell the viewers I love them." I think it was her words.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a second.
But the question is,
tell viewers, listeners.
Does she love the viewers, listeners, or the Gonnie? Is the question.
Tonight it's the Gonnie. Gonnie wins. The Gonnie always wins with Mariah.
This is fair.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
but I'm sure there's going to be some quality ones in there. She wouldn't rush away for green golf balls, that's for sure.
No, I did see a sneak peek. In fact, I think she posted it on one of her, maybe on her Facebook page, probably on her Insta too, but, I'm an old guy. So I saw it on Facebook. And,
on the Instagram.
That's it. And it was a picture of the shipment from the wholesaler. And, man, there was every color of Gonnie in that shipment. So, yeah, there should be some treasures in there.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, beauty.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for being a part of the episode, and we'll catch you on episode 33 in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, that's everything. Catch you later. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to catch us again in a fortnight for the next episode. Find us on all our socials for more updates.